So we'll move to item number 4, which is me. So I want to welcome everyone to the first regular council meeting of 2020. And I'd like to take this time, because it's been a little more than a year since council was elected. I want to take the time to celebrate the many things we've accomplished and acknowledge the work still to be done. Right after the election, we hit the ground running with the B-line, and it was a bumpy ride.
Sometimes it's good
As
to
my
miss the bus
dermatologist recently told me,
because it might be the wrong bus.
I have very thick skin.
And we've heard loud and clear that this is the wrong bus.
To a vision to make West Vancouver.
We have learned a lot from this, and I don't think it's fatal, because I do think that we are seriously considering this proposal, and but it's now up to council to really make the decision, and it's not a done deal, but it's
our work. As this is our roadmap, I'd like to review how far we have traveled. Starting with housing. Our goal is to significantly expand the diversity and supply of housing, including housing that is more affordable. The Housing Needs Report, which is in progress, will provide us with estimates of the number of housing units by type that we will need as set out in our official community plan. Under the OCP and the Metro Regional Growth Strategy, we've been working towards a goal of 200 new units per year, of which 25% should be rental. We have not met that goal in actual construction for a number of years. The district's proposal to develop the municipally owned land at 2195 Gordon Avenue is well in progress. An application for rezoning has been submitted to planning, which will proceed through our standard process. It will provide more affordable rental housing for our professional workforce while recouping our initial investment. Last month, when council approved the rezoning for Rogers Creek, not only did it create much smaller units, it added secured rental units. Work is underway to develop an area plan for Cypress Village, and we will continue to move forward as quickly as possible. We've heard from residents, in particular above the highway, about how important the village's proposed amenities are to them. The Neighborhood Character Working Group is working hard to develop practical solutions in the areas of building size, site and boulevard landscaping, neighbor and public interface, and housing diversity. They will engage the community this spring and will make recommendations to council before the end of 2020. And at the North Shore level, we are working with the City of North Vancouver, the Squamish Nation, and UBC on an innovative project called the Balanced Housing Lab, which is developing engagement, partnership, and housing models with a final report due mid-year. Next is our local economy. Our goal for our local economy is to create vital and vibrant commercial centers. The first important step was the Economic Development Plan, and its implementation is one of Council's objectives. A key strategy in the plan is to position West Vancouver as a visitor destination in the Sea to Sky and Metro Vancouver tourism markets. As part of this, staff are currently developing a community wayfinding plan, and community engagement on this gets underway this month. West Vancouver is also a keen participant in a new metro initiative to attract strategic investments in the region. While the OCP provides a vision for the community as a whole, it is the local area plans that will really benefit our commercial centers. The Marine Drive Taylor Way local area plan was completed in June of 2017. The local area plan for Horseshoe Bay is underway and should be completed by mid-2020. After that, staff will begin the LAP for the Ambleside Town Centre, and the LAP for the Taylor Way corridor north of Clyde Avenue is anticipated to begin after the Ambleside one. We are committed to working with the business community on parking. In 2019, this is going to have implications, Councillor Wong. You voted to support this, and if you change your mind on this vote, you are disappointing a family. Yes, you are disappointing residents, but I would ask you to think pretty seriously before you. No, I am the chair and I can speak to Councillor Wong. There's nothing improper. And in district operations, Council approved an updated and ambitious plan in this regard in October, and specific metrics are currently under development. We are addressing the threats of wildfire and floods with work on the community wildfire plan and a suite of complementary initiatives to address the threat of sea level rise, including setting flood construction levels for new development on our waterfront and a joint project with the other North Shore municipalities to determine impacts across the North Shore, both of which will be completed this year. In 2019, we developed a preliminary natural capital assets inventory. This is the first step towards putting a value on the services provided by our ecosystem. Including our creeks, forests, and parklands in our asset ledger will mean we also have to develop plans for protecting and maintaining them. The interim tree bylaw working group completed its work, and Council received staff's corresponding recommendations last year. Before moving forward, Council has requested updated LiDAR data quantifying the percentage of tree canopy across the district. Reducing community and corporate waste is an ongoing effort, and West Vancouver citizens have been leaders in this area for some time now. We've begun working together with our business community to find ways to reduce single-use plastic items and advocating at the provincial level for a regional ban or the power to regulate this at the municipal level. Mobility. Traffic congestion continues to be an ongoing and serious issue across the region, which is why Council set the goal to improve mobility and reduce congestion for people and goods. The Integrated North Shore Transportation Planning Project, or INSTEP, brought together all levels of government across the North Shore, including First Nations and TransLink, to identify, evaluate, and prioritize joint transportation decisions. The report, released in 2018, outlined 13 key project actions. And as the new chair of NextStep, which is the successor of INSTEP, I will ensure that West Vancouver continues to work with these partners to implement the recommendations. Several are well underway, such as the new Lynn Valley Interchange Project, increased sea bus service, and an express bus from Metrotown to the North Shore. And Councillor Cameron's work on TransLink's Mayor Council prioritizes improving transit on the North Shore and to and from the North Shore, including obtaining funding and initiating plans for rapid transit links. As it was an item of considerable attention by Council and the community last year, I can't move on without commenting on the process regarding the B-Line. This was likely the biggest transportation initiative since the Upper Levels Highway went through our community. On reflection, the top lesson that came out of that experience was that significant, complex, and multi-stakeholder decisions require more time, more thought, and more attention to build understanding within the community and with our partners. I acknowledge and apologize for the stress and division it caused in the community, and will aim to do better in the future. We are also working to expand active transportation options, such as the recently opened pedestrian and cycling path above the Upper Levels Highway, leading from the Cap Pacific Trail to Hugo Ray Park. This is a huge safety improvement for those traveling between North and West Vancouver, and was the result of an effective multi-government partnership. municipal services. We are committed to delivering municipal services efficiently. We are in the business of providing a high quality of life to our residents, and most services to residents are delivered by staff. We are constantly balancing the need to attract and retain high-quality employees while reviewing current service levels to see what, if anything, can be reduced or eliminated. The 2020 budget will address the challenges of responding to the climate emergency, planning for maintenance of our natural capital, and addressing the $13 million deferred maintenance deficit on our current assets. The draft budget will be published tomorrow, and information meetings will be held on January 28th, 29th, and 30th. West Vancouver residents have always been highly engaged, and we have updated our online engagement platform with positive results and feedback. We are test driving a new council procedure bylaw for the next 4 months, and I have committed to bringing forward a motion to add a public comment period at the beginning of council meetings. Over the last year, I've held 3 information sessions at the library, and I host an informal coffee meeting with the community every month. I have also been pleased with the response and uptake in subscriptions to my monthly newsletter. Property taxes cover the cost of delivering services, and we are always looking for sources of funding other than residential taxation. Last year, we began actively lobbying the provincial government to allow West Vancouver to apply its own vacancy tax to the empty homes in our community. Minister Carol James was very receptive, and we will continue to pursue this. Social well-being. Council's last goal is to enhance the social well-being of our community, and it will be attained by creating opportunities for people to meaningfully connect and contribute. We have now purchased 30 of the 32 private properties in Ambleside towards completing Council's 1976 vision of a public, open, and accessible waterfront park, and work is currently underway to finance the last 2 purchases. The proposal for 2195 Gordon Avenue was modified last year to include a permanent home for a new purpose-built adult day center, which is badly needed by many families in our community. The closure of the Ambleside Youth Center a year ago due to roof failure was a big loss for our young people. Establishing a temporary youth hub at Park Royal will allow us to continue to provide much-needed programs and services to youth, while we continue to plan for a high-quality, permanent location. A new all-weather field and running track at West Vancouver Secondary School will benefit the entire community. That's why Council contributed $2.25 million towards the estimated $4.9 million cost, and private donors have since responded very generously, so I'm confident it will get built. The Arts and Culture Facilities Plan was completed in 2019, and Council appointed the Arts Facilities Advisory Committee to assess the requirements for new facilities. Next month, Council will consider site recommendations before launching community-wide engagement. A subcommittee is looking at short, medium, and long-term uses of Clee-Wick, with a report expected this spring. I'd also like to mention that there is a new concession service at Ambleside Park called the Boat Shed. It has received lots of positive reviews, and those dozen or so clear plastic domes being erected around it will contain dining tables with meals prepared by the 2019 Top Chef Canada winner, Paul Moran. I understand that 70% of the reservations have already been sold for its 1-month run. These are just some of the highlights of the past year, and there's much more work being done both to accomplish Council's strategic goals and to carry on delivering excellent service to our community every day. I'd like to especially thank our residents for engaging with us on these important projects. I'd also like to thank our partners in West Vancouver and the region, because collaboration on many levels is necessary to achieve our goals. Thank you to our amazing staff for their exceptional efforts last year. We ask a lot of them in quantity and quality, and I'm very proud of the committed and professional work they do. And special thanks to Donna Powers for helping me put together this report. Finally, to my fellow council members, you are each here because you care deeply for this community and want to contribute to making it the best it can be. We have made significant progress on 27 of 35 strategic objectives that we set. And for that, I really want to thank and congratulate you. In March, we will formally review our strategic plan, refine the goals, add new ones, and retire those we've accomplished. I look forward to providing an updated set of priorities and objectives to the public by the summer. Thank you for a productive 2019, and I look forward to continuing Council's good work in 2020. Thank you very much.
Excellence and lead by example. Tonight can do that. Well, and positive work culture, track record of getting things done.